What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tech Tuesday.
And we got some great news for people on Twitter with funny 140 character thoughts that they actually came up with for themselves.
Yeah, after years of shitty people like Fat Jew, Fuck Jerry, Logan Paul, and countless others reposting and taking credit for other people's thoughts, even though retweeting it's an incredibly simple press of the button, Twitter is finally cracking down on your bullshit.
And so Twitter has always had rules related to intellectual property and copyright in its user agreements, and has in the past a few times removed stolen tweets that the original writers submitted claims on, but this past week they've finally started taking this really seriously on a much larger scale, and it's just glorious.
Glory. The glorious, heroic Twitter account, Plagiarism is Bad, has been calling people out for plagiarizing tweets since last October. And of course, there's been comedy writers like Patton Oswalt and friend of the show Rob Fee writing about how annoying this has all been for a while. But Twitter finally really gives a shit, apparently. And the reason might be due to a lawsuit filed last week against Conan O'Brien's production company by a writer who says his tweets were straight up lifted by Conan's writers.
And the evidence there is pretty damning.
Yeah.
3 separate times, jokes that Alex Caseberg wrote on either Twitter or his blog showed up in Conan's monologue either a day later or even that night.
Case in point, allow us to introduce our new favorite poster child for why what Twitter is doing is a good thing. This band, Consider Me Dead, whose only actual musical work seems to be a completely uninspired album of emo dubstep which came out over a year ago.
Yeah, this band, despite having no tour dates or new songs, has found a following of insufferable teenage girls online who seem to enjoy their liberal use of stolen jokes on Twitter and the fact that they appear to be sending them direct messages to their songs.
Yeah.
Of course, those messages go out to all of the people that the guys in the band follow automatically.
And they follow a ton of people. It looks like they have a lot of fans. It's like, 200-something thousand, but they follow 200,000.
Yeah.
And the whole thing's a giant scheme more than a band. You can see it on the comments of their latest lyric video for Eulogy Ballroom, 2 words don't make sense together, where people say things like, oh my god, the singer followed me, so I actually listened to them. And the singer DM'd me the song, oh my god.
That's so cool and not lame at all.
No, totally not lame.
So we'll save you the click and say that with lyrics like, you're a fake paradise just to turn me on. You're a parasite eating through my heart. I can't believe all that she's done and she'll do it again. Even Rebecca Black would call these dudes out for being
I don't know, I think that
cheesy.
sounded pretty good, Elliot. Anyways, one of the well-known tactics in making your brand, or in this case band, big online is posting jokes or memes that you found online with no credit given to the original writer. It's theft, it's wrong, it's disingenuous, and we hate you for it.
Fuck you.
You are quite literally lying to your audience and making them believe that you're clever when you're not.
So these guys, Consider Me Dead, got caught stealing jokes on Twitter. And not just one of them,
Yeah.
at least 2 of the members have on multiple occasions taken stolen jokes from other people and posted them as their own in order to socially market their shitty band and themselves, even if the jokes they are stealing are as lame as their music.
The singer was recently asked to take down a stolen tweet, and then he threw a public tantrum after begrudgingly doing so or risking the suspension of his account, saying things like, lol, I can't believe a group of bitter old unsuccessful people are still bitching me out for copy and pasting a popular tweet. Grow up.
Winky face.
He said this from his mother's house. You can clearly tell by
It's not his house.
Yeah, there's a picture frame of a sunset over a lake.
In
Who
front
has
of
that in their room that they own?
He also said, oh, and did I mention I deleted the tweet yesterday? He could have just asked nicely, not got his group of 1,000 washed up writers to harass me.
Yeah, he also justifies it by saying, everyone does it. And then the icing on the cake, moral of the story, if you don't want someone taking it, don't post it on the fucking internet, which it's just the most misguided excuse and justification for theft I've ever heard, especially coming from someone whose career is inherently threatened by internet theft. The theft of their music by torrents or downloads or whatever. It's just like, what is going on?
Music is art and jokes is just like,
It's
stupid.
just words, man.
Anyway, this story is ongoing and should only get juicier, but the best way to follow it is right there at the Plagiarism is Bad Twitter account, which has set up a very useful list of everyone that they've caught stealing other people's Twitter jokes, and that list is big.
And growing.
Yeah.
We added Logan Paul to the list. That
Noted.
guy is the fucking worst.
Fuck
like,
him.
He just blatantly steals it and pawns it off as his own.
Logan, you're so funny and smart.
Yeah. Stay to doing like backflips or whatever the hell you do on your Vine and leave the jokes to the joke writer.
Anyway, enough about highly successful social media platforms. Let's talk about Google+.
Got him!
Boom!
Yeah.
Because Google Plus is finally dead, baby. Yeah. Or at least it's on its deathbed. It's in hospice care.
Yeah, so 4 years after its ambitious launch that many thought would overtake Facebook as the next big social network, Google Plus in 2015 was just an extra pointless step Google had in place for using its actual useful services like YouTube.
So on Google's official blog, they acknowledged that they did get a lot of things wrong about social media, but the idea of being able to access all of Google's services through one Google account was a good idea. It was working, and they would be continuing that without forcing Google Plus on everyone.
Single sign-on's a great feature.
Yeah,
if you need
fantastic.
it. They started doing this about a month ago with the relaunch of Google Photos, which provided a photo backup service similar to what they had with Google Plus, but without the social aspect, and with features more focused on personal organization and backup. They did a great job.
I love it.
Yep.
They the Abu Dhabi trip.
It just gave me my own little movie.
Yeah,
it was great.
Fantastic.
Anyways,
but to be clear, Google Plus isn't going away outright.
Of course not.
There are presumably dozens of people who love using it.
Yeah.
And Google is going to focus on features that people actually like and improve on those without trying to be Facebook.
Now over on YouTube, effective immediately, your comments no longer show up on your public Google Plus profile. And in the coming weeks, YouTube will no longer require a Google Plus profile to create channels, upload, or comment. So the Bob Army won. Those little like ASCII.
Bob, you won. Yeah.
He won.
This
he
is
has a
fun.
little tank. Yeah, he doesn't like Google Plus. You did it, Bob. That's great, Bob.
So you will soon be able to delete your Google Plus profile altogether, but do not do it yet because until these features go into full effect, deleting your Google Plus will delete your entire YouTube channel.
Oh.
So tread lightly.
So let's move on to a couple of tech squirts from the last week, starting with Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk, and a bunch of other really smart people. They are all warning us that a Terminator-style humans versus robot war is inevitable unless we blow up Skynet.
We have to.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Well, not really, but they do warn us that fully autonomous weapons are right around the corner, and that's a really bad thing because they'll be perfect tools for terrorists, assassins, dictators, and people trying to commit genocide.
Yeah, I can't see how this could go wrong at all.
Yeah.
Their letter urges world governments to start thinking about making international agreements to deal with the issue before it's too late. And their whole argument stems from the fact that as AI researchers, they want to help the world, not destroy it. Like, for example, most chemists aren't in their field to build chemical weapons or to make meth.
Yeah. One is, though.
Yeah, he sure is.
And it was a
that
great
Heisenberg.
story.
It's a good story.
So the letter ends with, in summary, we believe that AI has great potential to benefit humanity in many ways, and that the goal of the field should be to do so. Starting a military AI arms race is a bad idea.
Great movie, though.
It should be prevented by a ban on offensive autonomous weapons beyond meaningful human control.
Yeah, when they take it from my cold metallic hands. They're just gonna create another America full of robots killing each other.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Anyways, in slightly less scary news, if you're an Android user and you receive an MMS video message from a number you don't recognize, don't open that shit if you don't want to get hacked.
Yeah, so this exploit basically hands over all the data on your phone or tablet to the sender. You don't want that.
Nope.
What's scary is that if you use Hangouts as your main messenger app, you don't even have to open the damn thing because Hangouts pre-processes all incoming media attachments.
So the exploit was brought to Google's attention a few months back by a mobile security firm, but it's unknown when, if ever, a patch will be released because it's mostly dependent on the manufacturers and carriers doing something about the whole thing.
It's the problem with Android being fragmented.
Yeah.
The good news is, though, it's unclear if anyone has actually exploited this vulnerability yet. Because for now, it's just a vulnerability that Google's aware of. They found it. They're like, maybe keep an eye on this.
Yeah.
And they're disclosing it to the public. Although now that it's public, who knows how long it'll be before someone figures out how to exploit it. So sleep tight, kids.
Yeah.
And don't answer any text messages.
Gripping your pillow tight. Anyways, for our last tiny squirt, here's the surface of Pluto, or at least a simulation of something flying over it, stitched together from photos taken by New Horizons. Sure looks inviting. We did it!
Yeah, there it is. It's gray and
they found another
cold.
Earth planet, but it's like a bazillion light years away, right?
Yeah, we can't go there.
That's bigger news, I think.
Pluto, baby. It's like the moon, but not.
Sure
we
isn't.
did it.
Yeah. All right. Check out our stuff over here, guys. We have a brand new podcast we did in Abu Dhabi with Devil's Game, aka Ahmed. Can't remember his last name right now. Doesn't matter.
Al-Nasheed.
Yeah, there it is. And Dan Casey from Nerdist. Listen to 3 Americans talk to a guy who's Arabic about misconceptions about their country and how great it is.
Watch it.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.